Hello, and thank you for watching this video today. My name is David, and I'm going to show you how to make a hard drive work under Windows. Getting a hard drive to work involves more than just fastening it in and plugging in the power and the data cables. The drive must also be partitioned and formatted for it to work under any operating system. This video covers partitioning and formatting under Windows to make the hard drive actually work. There are two cases we'll go over. In both cases, we will assume that the new hard drive has already been physically installed inside the PC or outside the PC as an external drive through a USB 1394 or eSATA connection. In the first case, we've installed a second hard drive to the PC to use with an existing Windows installation, possibly for data backup, data migration, or for just plain old expanded storage. This will apply whether the hard drive is internal or plugged in externally. In our first example, we can tell easily that the hard drive is set up ready through the miracle of plug and play. After Windows is loaded, a new hardware detected, or under Vista Windows 7, installing device drivers message will appear, and after 10 seconds or so, the drive should be ready for us to set up. Note that even Windows will say it is ready to use, it is not ready to use yet. A frequently asked question we get here is, I installed a new hard drive, but it doesn't show up in my computer. Is this drive defective? There are two more steps involved before we will be able to use the drive we just installed. Right-click on My Computer and select Manage from the pop-up menu, then select Storage, Disk Management. On the main window you should see your drives and their partitions enumerated and diagrammed below. You'll also see DVD drives and card reader slots if your computer has these. Your new drive will show up as the next disk number in sequence. Note that your main hard drive shows up as disk 1. On my screen, the new drive shows up as disk 6. I want to right-click on the graphic portion of the drive and select New Simple Volume. The New Simple Volume wizard pops up and will walk me through partitioning and formatting the drive. Click Next. By default, the partition size will be the maximum allowable space available on the drive for Windows use. On the next screen, I'm asked to assign a drive letter. The default will be the next available unused letter, but I can select any unused letter. The wizard's second step is to format the drive. You can change the name of the volume label if you want to uniquely identify the drive in some way, and can select Perform a Quick Format. In a majority of cases, this process will be over in several seconds. Don't select this option if access to erased data is a concern, but note that a standard format may take several hours. Click Next. Your selections will be summarized on the next screen, and you can click Finish. If you're satisfied, your drive will now show up as a new volume along with the drive letter selected for it. The auto play box will pop up below that of the feature under Windows is enabled, which by default it is. You can now close the Computer Management Console. Your drive will now show up in Computer and is ready to use. Sometimes the combination of an older computer and newer SATA-style hard drives makes it necessary to do a procedure called slipstreaming, where you use a special program to include the drivers needed for your hard drive controller and ultimately your hard drive for it to be recognized by Windows on the Windows installation DVD. You'll need access to a working PC and the internet if you need to download additional chipset and or controller drivers. These may also be found in the utility CD of your motherboard or drive controller. The slipstreaming program, and there are several out there, will allow you to build a custom installation DVD or CD containing the operating system installation files, the drivers your controller needs, and any service packs and additional programs you may wish to include as part of the installation. But the vast majority of Windows installations merely involve booting off of the installation DVD, selecting the hard drive space, and letting the installation take its course. If your PC came with a recovery CD in the box, or you made one when you first set up your new computer, the process we are discussing is automated. Sit back and enjoy. With Windows XP, after the installation files are copied, a screen showing the available space on the hard drive appears and you select all or a portion to create a new partition. You'll next format the partition, full or quick, and quick is all that's necessary in most cases, then install the program. The following errors can show up on the blue screen of death. These specific ones are related to a problem in the hard drive or the way it was installed. Check the hard drive's cable connections. Make sure they're not loose. If you have a spare data cable, try it. If you've installed a SATA hard drive and plugged in both the SATA power connector and the legacy 4-pin connector, then unplug the 4-pin. You only need one. If you've installed an IDE or PATA hard drive, make sure no pins are bent. Examine the ribbon cable for kinks or tears. Try another one if it's available. Back to prepping the hard drive now. Windows Vista and Windows 7 are even easier as far as this goes. If this is a brand new hard drive, the default installation will create a maximum sized partition and proceed with the installation without asking you, unless you specify advanced options. Keep in mind that after Windows is completed installing and you have set up an account, selected the correct time zone, and indicated whether or not you want a password, it may still be necessary to install drivers for the chipset, video and networking features to make them operational, but no further driver installation should be necessary for the hard drive. If you've gotten this far, your hard drive is good to go.